He's the kind of hitter who goes into the box and tries to hit a home run on every pitch. No one would argue that his boxing skills are anywhere near in the same league.
Fight fans, welcome back. In boxing, you can have every physical gift and know every trick in the book.
He will go down as one of the best of all time.
But if you can't pull the trigger or perform when it matters most, it means nothing.
Not frozen, but he's just not letting his hands go. He needs to throw that right hand a bit more, and he's got to pop that jab out a bit.
Because there's a special breed out there. Fighters who, no matter the adversity or the skill gap,
Kirkland just wants it so bad.
Continue to shock the world time and time again.
Losing virtually every single round. Oh my word!
Right now, with a new wave of fight-turning and skull-cracking power, Fabio Wardley is the poster boy.
That is Hollywood right there. If that was a film, you would say it was too unbelievable.
But there are plenty of fighters, big and small, that have paved the way for him. So here's proof that you don't play boxing and you can't teach heart.
You never know in heavyweight boxing because it can turn like that.
Fabio, I think that boxing skills, they leave you at a certain point and it becomes a psychological battle. And one thing you showed us is you got the minerals, you got that mental toughness to pull yourself through moments in there. I mean, the character you showed there is insane, man.
If we're comparing what Fabio's doing now to a fighter of the past, we don't need to look back very far.
When I hit guys, they're never the same. I know this for facts.
Because to end 2019, Deontay Wilder would pull a rabbit out of a hat, even by his standards.
The longest reigning heavyweight world champion in boxing today.
When I say you must obey, good luck to both of you, touch them up.
In the rematch, the well-schooled and hard-hitting Cuban Luis Ortiz was laying the blueprint to beat the American.
He's maneuvering Wilder where he wants him.
Beautiful work with the left hand from Ortiz, and Wilder's frustrated.
And he was getting outboxed. Like, he's not the best boxer.
Well, he doesn't care to box with you.
Yeah, that's right.
He knows.
Yeah.
And Ortiz is now beginning to grow in confidence and taking one or two risks in there as well.
From his southpaw stance, he picked apart the taller man, knocking him off balance with very little coming back.
And everyone was just going 2-0 to Ortiz, 3-0 to Ortiz, 4-0 to Ortiz, 5-0 to Ortiz.
And despite winning all but one round heading into the seventh, it only took a split second.
Just before he knocked out Luis, he was hurt.
Punishing the body, and Wilder's on the retreat here.
And he stayed calm. He's like, oh, now you're going to come for it? Now you're going to walk into the right. And bang!
I was a fan of this fight. I was on the chair like, oh, like, I forgot I was a boxer. It was crazy. Deontay showed, man. He showed it tonight. That man got heart.
Even in defeat over the years, Wilder's cloak of invincibility would fall off, but his heart never really failed him.
But Deontay Wilder has never given up, and he's been able to answer in just about every single round.
People are calling you the British Wilder. What do you make of that?
Yeah, if you take it at base level from what he did and what he achieved, I would take that.
Much more subdued, Fabio's pre-fight fear factor hasn't quite been the same.
But we all carry it. We're all heavyweights. We're all big boys. We can all whack.
Be able to whack a bit more than most.
Maybe, yeah.
But don't be fooled, because the end result is just as devastating.
I want to take his head off his shoulders, and he nearly did it, Andy.
From Gorman because he's waiting for it. He's seen this.
Just like Deontay, Wardley had won one of 10 rounds against Hooney.
He's boxing really well here at the minute, and I get the impression that Fabio's feeling a little bit sorry for himself.
As faster feet, crispier counters, and a bigger bag appeared to put the Aussie beyond doubt.
And he's struggling against a guy who's got that pedigree, got that quality. He's just been boxing for longer.
But tough times don't last when you can hit like this. Another one-trick pony? Maybe. But a similar shutout of Joe Parker. Another man from down under who was riding high just turned a lot of doubters into believers overnight. And now we are set, or at least closer than ever imagined, for the ultimate heart versus skill showdown against Oleksandr Usyk.
Can he beat Usyk? No. Anyone can beat anyone. Of course he can beat Usyk. What up, power?
Fabio's recent success and show of heart can also be likened to another British icon.
Ricky the Hitman Hatton.
The tragic passing of Ricky Hatton in September hit the boxing world hard.
He was a great character. What a lad he was. And don't judge him, just enjoy what he did.
But it's nights like this against Costa Tszyu that showed exactly why he was so loved.
It was one of Manchester's greatest sporting nights when a local hero became a global star.
Right when I tell you to defend yourself at all times, good luck to you both.
Hatton was facing the odds and a sizable skill deficit, but he'd been here before and knew exactly how to drag Tszyu into his fight.
But we've seen Ricky fighting at this pace several times. We've never seen Tszyu fight at this pace. He does not like this.
A rough inside brawl, which saw questionable shots flying in from both corners.
It's the last warning.
He might be in trouble there.
And while the mid-round momentum favored the visitor, it was Hatton with a relentless surge of pressure that eventually broke the Aussie's heart.
They are in tears in that corner. Tszyu retired on his stool.
But sometimes, you know, boxers are too brave for our own good. He had to be taken out of his. He had to be taken out of his hands, to be honest with you. You know, because otherwise, I don't think Costa would have quit.
Julio, on paper, more well-rounded, more experienced, the better boxer, maybe the better puncher, but Kirkland just wants it so bad.
James Kirkland was another man carried far beyond his skill grade by raw power and strength.
Shandy Gibbs, no resistance. Will improve a fighter's training too.
I can't escape the feeling that Kirkland is here being fed to Angulo to help build Angulo up. This is a real test.
And though the Canelo reality check was still years away, another Mexican stylist, Alfredo Angulo, would give him an early taste in the opener.
Oh, that's it! What a right hand by Angulo, right on the button.
I think Angulo is going to knock out Kirkland in 4 rounds.
The vicious dog is like a wolf.
He's a peril.
He's a hyena on the prowl.
You wonder if Angulo punched himself out. He's landing some good shots, but he leaves himself open.
Before the round was out, Kirkland struck back.
Go! Down goes Angulo. I called it. I did say it. Both guys would go down in the first round. Watch him. Watch.
And despite giving away most advantages on paper, he broke through the cleaner work of Angulo with relentless aggression.
You're just going to stay there and try and cover up. He's going to rain punches on you.
By the middle rounds, the American's engine actually made him look like the superior boxer.
Let's keep this guy up.
So confident that he even faked being hurt in the 5th.
Oh, good shot. I think he's playing. I think Kirkland's playing. He is. He's going to open up in a minute.
Mocking the Mexican's power before beating him into submission just moments later.
Kirkland is a dangerous puncher, and he's not fighting back. The referee steps in. Very smart move. Look at Angulo. He's wobbling. That's a great stop. You can't question his heart. You can't question his resolve. Anybody who's a fighter who doesn't train and doesn't put the work in, you're going to get knocked out.
Tonight he is looking to unify the titles. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning, the defending, and the undefeated Swift Jarrett Hurd.
Jarrett Hurd was another one who wasn't unskilled, but his size, chin, and ruggedness saw him overachieve in the eyes of many.
All my opponents are taller than me. I don't mean nothing. Size don't mean nothing.
And having beaten Tony Harrison and then Austin Trout, he met his most skillful and well-schooled opponent yet in Cuban southpaw Erislandy Lara.
A lot of speed, more aggressive than what we've seen in quite some time.
A bit like Hatton, Hurd made his presence known, crowding inside, smothering, and refusing to give Lara an inch.
He will find a way to break you down. He's done that in his 21
And even though the Cuban picked some nice shots on the back foot, the return fire was relentless.
Jared Hurd landed a big on the right hand.
And that poker face was fooling nobody.
And Lada realizes he's going to have to fight. A double right hook, and Lada has like a peekaboo style to say, you didn't do anything.
By the 12th, Lara was cut, dropped, and nearly stopped as the bull on this night broke down the matador.
Sitting with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said...
Mike Tyson was here tonight?
Yeah, sitting there with me. He said, which kind of a left hook? He said, this boy Jerry, left hook on the button. Bow!
Big shot! Down goes Lada! A big left hook as Lada tastes the deck! Lada bloody! Jared Hurd emptying out his gas tank, and that ends the fight! What a unification matchup!
Wearing white, trimmed with blue, also weighing 130 pounds. His professional record, in 29 bouts, he has 28 victories, 23 by knockout with only one loss. Ladies and gentlemen,
it'd be impossible to feature heart and grit without mentioning the OG blood and guts warrior, Arturo Gatti.
I forget the fight, I go anywhere and fight him. I couldn't care less where it is. You know, once it's in the ring, it's in the ring. You can have all these fans and everybody that don't hanging to help.
Not the most skilled super featherweight, but one that thrived in the trenches.
Down goes Rodriguez! What a left hook!
And while most remember him for the legendary Ward trilogy, it was a world title fight 5 years earlier against Ruelas that gave us a taste of what was coming.
May the best man win. Touch up. Good luck to both of us.
Because they're both terrific young men, and they are high-contact fighters who hit and get hit.
Two go-back fighters, like you said.
The Mexican was usually the cleaner operator.
So there you see what Gabe means about being the better defender.
But played right into Gotti's hands.
Quick left hook inside by Gotti.
You got to shorten up on your punches. Take your time. Don't get in a brawl with them there.
A sloppy opening few was quickly forgotten, with a huge turnaround in the fourth.
Hard shot by Ruelas. Gotti's hurt bad. Gotti stumbles. Arturo Gatti momentarily wobbly on his feet.
And while the fifth could have gone either way, Gatti was in his element.
Both men landing big uppercut shots.
As shots flew in from all angles until a perfectly timed left put a future icon on the map.
And again, so much heart, even talking as the lip is opening up and bleeding. Arturo, thanks for the memories.
George Foreman, Ricardo Mayorga is a slugger. He's the kind of hitter who goes into the box and tries to hit a home run on every pitch. No one would argue that his boxing skills are anywhere near in the same league with those of Vernon Forrest. But what if Mayorga can take a punch as well as he throws one?
Ricardo Mayorga has popped up on the channel a lot recently, and he fits perfectly here too.
Mayorga lands two big right hands!
Because despite his antics, he was all heart and brilliant at dragging better technicians into firefights.
He's talking to De La Hoya in there.
My responsibility. Let's all do our job.
6 years after Gatti Ruelas in 2003, Mayorga faced a similar set of circumstances.
I think when you have the reach advantage, you got to make certain that you take advantage of it. Forrest got the longer arms. Keep this guy on the outside.
As Vernon Forrest, fresh off back-to-back Mosley wins, prepared himself for the sneaky power, deceptive speed, and the lack of technique, which only made the Nicaraguan more awkward.
I think that Forrest has demonstrated to this guy, look, you're strong, but I got something too.
Forrest opened nicely, keeping his range, but Mayorga was lunging with everything he had.
And Mayorga trades punches with him, and they're going to have a war. This is not the fight that Vernon Forrest wanted.
Strangely, corner advice was not to back up.
Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. You're backing up. Okay? Do not back up on this man.
So despite more success, the fight drifted right where Ricardo wanted.
Forrest put in a good left hook a moment ago. That hurt.
Vernon wobbling on his feet as he threw the right and he goes down. Marty Dinkins stopped the fight and Ricardo Mayorga has done it.
Never fight a fighter. You boxing.
Carl Froch taking the biggest gamble of his career. If he wins, he becomes part of boxing's elite.
When you think of the most resilient fighters ever, the heart, chin, and bravery of Carl Froch keeps him firmly in the mix.
Good luck to both of you. Touch him up.
His skills weren't flawless, but his fists were bricks and his jaw was cast iron.
The thing about Carl Froch is that, and I always respected about him, was his competitiveness, because he's not really athletic. He's an overachiever. You know, if you look at him and just the way he fights, like, it's nothing that jumps out at you that says, wow, that's a great fighter.
And he has to go to the back of the line, round one.
Despite some bravado right from the opening bell,
Carl Froch winked at Jermaine Taylor when he walked out. He is a confident man, Carl Froch.
Taylor throws a big right hand.
it was the timing and tenacity of Taylor that chewed up the early rounds. And remember, if the game plan is to take it late, then you'd better not get caught out in shallow waters. The rounds were close, which is usually a bad thing on away soil, but Froch wasn't losing hope.
I realised that he was flagging a little bit, he was struggling, he was tiring himself. So I'd say round 10, I thought, right, this is it, I need 3 big rounds.
Oh, you're getting on top and then you lock up and letting it, you ain't got him. You've got to box him, you've got to listen to what I'm telling you. You ain't got him.
More opportunities came as the American was slowly forced into reverse, and in the 12th, when it mattered most, the Brit landed big.
And the bookies as well, the bookies got it wrong, like I said they would. So a lot of people in Nottingham have made a lot of money on me because, you know, the odds were great.
That he had lots of attributes that you can't be taught, you can't buy, you know, heart, desire, will to win.
The list is longer than you think, and I guess it's easier to keep faith and stay positive if you've got that one-hitter quitter in the locker. The likes of Maurizio Lara catching Lee Wood. Casimiro blasting through Tete.
Casimiro wants to finish it right here, right now, and finish it he has.
And Julian Jackson, inflicting one of the best spoke-too-soon commentator moments the sport has ever seen against Errol
Sticking
Brand.
to his task as desperate as it is.
Falling ever further behind them. Oh no! That's what we were worried about!
The biggest shock I've ever seen. And I've seen boxing over the years, but I've never seen anything like that.
How close to Devin Haney is Rolly Romero, skill-wise?
You fucked up, man.
Even more recently, most people expected Ryan to box circles around Rolly, but got something very different.
See that last fight again. Oh my God!
A double hook, short hook, caught Ryan right on the chin.
Much like the skills, speed, and sharpness of Zab Judah, falling apart against Baldemir.
And let me tell you, the smartest thing Baltimore is doing is still ripping that body. Wow, that right hand was there.
Even Antonio Margarito, despite all his criticisms, battled far beyond his technical gifts.
Margarito has Williams in the deep water that fighters talk about where he's never been before.
It's a breed of fighter that stretches all the way back to the Gene Fulmers, who somehow overcame the brilliance of Sugar Ray Robinson.
Speed. But you see how awkward Gene Fulmer comes at him. Listen to
And the Rocky Marcianos that set the ultimate standard within the sweet science.
He just seems to have a bottomless well of willpower that just can't stop him.